So this past Sunday, Flow Wrestling hosted an event called Who's Number One. For you guys who aren't familiar, that's where high school competitors, wrestlers compete to earn the ranking of number one in the country. So these are the best of the best high schoolers in the nation, and I wanted to go over my 7 favorite takedowns from there. Why they're my favorite takedowns, and post similar clips of it working in those same techniques working in other higher level matches. Right. So first we have Morgan Turner. She hit a double straight into a bear hug. Now I didn't watch all of the girls' competition. The reason I watched her match because I heard she had David Carr and Jordan Burroughs in her corner, so I already knew the doubles were going to be flying. And I love this technique. I advocate for it all the time. A lot of times when you shoot a double leg, people pull you off their legs because they can't scramble the same way they can with a single leg, right? So here you have All-American and Florida State champion Zach Sherman using the same technique, going straight from a double right into a bear hug, and he's able to almost get a pin from it, but get a full set of back points from it as well. And then you have Vito Arujau, same exact thing. This time, just like in the Morgan Turner clip, his opponent, Dayton Fix, pulled him up. He's in deep. His opponent pulls him off the leg. So many people do this, but they typically get away with it because we have this allergy of going upper body. That leads me into my next favorite takedown, Ladarian Lockett in his Reattack double in his match. So Ladarian Lockett was number one in the country at 165, and he bumped up to 175 to, I guess, get some different competition, and now he's number one at 175. So his opponent attacks. This is a nice, clean Reattack blast double. The reason why I liked it so much was because actually before his match, he was the second to last match. Before his match, I had said none of these guys are shooting doubles. Everyone's shooting high crotch singles, low singles, and you could tell because there was so much scrambling going on in these exchanges. It's not as much scrambling going on with a good double leg, right? Next take now was Jaden James and Colin. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he hit this clean on the hook drop throw by. And the reason I like this so much is because almost no one in high school uses the drop throw by, even though at the next level, not even collegiately, on the freestyle scene, it's used quite a bit, and it's an amazing technique. It is an amazing technique. I think it works super well. So he punches the underhook. Notice that his opponent has head position. These guys who used the underhook a lot almost never have head position. I also liked it because his coach is Chance Marsteller. And I just did an entire study on Chance Marsteller, and one of Chance's favorite techniques is a drop throw by. So I thought it was pretty cool. So I wanted to play a clip of Chance using it here. Notice how when Chan posted, also same backside finish, when Chance punches his underhook, his opponent has head position, not him. That's how you do the drop throw by, right? One of my favorite techniques from the underhook. Next is Anthony Knox in his clutch takedown with 18 seconds left. He was down effectively 2-0 because Aaron Seidel had right in time locked in. When this match was happening, I just did a study on Aaron Seidel. Actually, I released a video at 12 o'clock today if you're watching this when I posted it. But the video I released today focuses on Aaron Seidel. I had just did it. Everyone was counting him out. Thought he had a great chance of winning, even though I thought the chances weren't 50-50. Anthony Knox was one who's number one 3 times so far, right? So this was going for his 4th time. But this bothered me so much because I'm watching it at a parent's house with the other kids on the team, and everyone has the feeling of Anthony Knox is going to get the takedown at the end. Everyone has this feeling. It just felt like that's what was going to happen. And if you're up 2-0 in a folk style match, and with 0 stall calls, and with 20 seconds left, play the edge, back away. There is no extra points for holding center, unless your leg defense is impeccable, like his coach Chance Marsteller, almost impossible to get to his legs, like a Cal Dake. I just don't understand why take that risk. You've earned your lead. Knox chose bottom in the second period. You rolled him out for 2 minutes. Then you chose bottom and you got your escape quick. You've earned your lead. You've earned the right to play the edge. You earned the right to straight up back away. They will have to hit you with stalling 3 times to force overtime to tie the score 2-2. 3 times. I just don't get it. I really didn't get it. And it was just like, come on, dude. I've seen when I first started watching wrestling, when Jordan Burroughs was winning and he was in, like the opponent could tie it or win with a takedown, he would back away. If Jordan Burroughs is backing away in the last 10, 20 seconds because he has that big of a lead, or look at Miles Martin and Bo Nickel. Miles Martin had such a big lead, he was backing away, and he doesn't care that he ended up winning 11-9. No one cares about that. So, just my little rant in the middle of the video. Next, this is the fireman's carry, right? A fireman's carry dump. And the reason I like it is, for one, I just love the carry dump. I just absolutely love it. One of my favorite techniques, one of the best techniques in wrestling. But notice how he ends up in this Navy rod position. And he just lets it go. And in America, in 2024, we just let Navy rods go. I know guys who wrestle in the 80s and 90s are going to be like, yeah, man, Navy rod was great. But in this day and age, we just let it go. We don't even try to get back points with it. And if you like the cut back, if you like the dump, this is a position you're going to be in all the time. So I wanted to show a clip of Bo Bassett of him doing the inside dump. And then he loses the arm, but he uses the Navy rod to pull his opponent back and get back points. Now, I'm not sure if he's in the best finishing position, but I also wanted to show this clip between Zumashbek, Ulu. So I had to re-record this because it got copyrighted the first time I was about to post it on YouTube. So now I just have to show screenshots. You guys can look this up if you have a Flow Wrestling account, though. Just Zumashbek versus Garrett. But you can see he hits a head and arm, and he ends up in this position where Garrett's legs are split, and he reaches underneath for the Navy. And in this position, a lot of Americans are just gonna let it go. Either they won't reach for that Navy, or they'll reach forward. The guy's gonna try to belly down, and they just let him, and they just take their arm out. And this guy was patient. This clip is like 45 seconds, 50 seconds, and he just methodically working to get in Nashon Garrett on his back. He actually ended up getting the pin, but even if he didn't get the pin, he would have still got back points. And all I'm saying is that for us when we end up in the Navy rod, just try to go for something. There's no harm, no risk with it. And that would have been a pin as well. So just if you prioritize techniques like the fireman's carry or dump, like the cutback, where you end up in a Navy rod often, I'm sure there's other techniques I'm not thinking of, why not go for the pin? You're not even sacrificing anything. You're not even risking anything. So I'm going to make a video, probably make the Navy rod great again or something like that, because it's a position we have to take advantage of. Next, you have Jalen James versus Maddox Shaw. He's doing this against the number one kid in the country. So he did the Pat Glory shrug by, but he did it with elbow control, right? Instead of a basic, just a forearm. So he punches the underhook. Who has head position? His opponent. At the highest level, a lot of times when these guys punch underhooks, their opponents are the ones with head position. That's just what the film indicates, right? His opponent is kind of posted on the shoulder, and he ends up hitting a slide-by. Most people can't slide by from that position. It's a rare position. Pat Glory loves doing it. I'm gonna make a dedicated video just for this. It's gonna be a short video. He punches the underhook. And this is against Vito Arujau. Vito just posting, and he's just gonna slide him right by. It's a great technique. Only time I've seen it used with the elbow control is Yanni versus Dean Howe in NCAA's. Two-time national champion Dean Howe, freshman Yanni, same thing. And he was on his knee. Let me play it again. Dean Howe was on his knee, which we know makes a slide by way easier to execute. And that leads me into my final takedown of Jax Force against Seth Mendoza. Nope. And notice that he hits the elbow control slide by when Seth Mendoza is grounded. So Seth Mendoza is grounded, and he reaches for an inside tie. He should know not to do that against Jax Force. I was wondering if Jax Force was going to be able to do it again, because it's the same exact way Jax Force took him down at Fargo 2 months ago. Right? Jax Force is going to attempt a double, instantly grabs the tricep the second he realizes he doesn't have it. And then Seth Mendoza, while on the knee, reaches for the inside tie. Jax Force is going to slide that by 9 times out of 10. He can do it, obviously, even when you're not on your knee. But if you are on your knee, it's almost automatic. It is almost automatic for him, right? So he ends up transitioning into a leg attack, and then obviously he's able to get the takedown. of the takedowns I went over today, the double to the bear hug, the Pat Glory slide by with the underhook on the opposite side, the Jax 4 setup, elbow control slide by against a grounded opponent, the drop throw by, the fireman's carry dump. I go over all of these takedowns in one of my 10 courses in Earn Your Gold Academy. One of my favorite. These are some of my favorite takedowns to go over. I think they are the most effective takedowns in wrestling. I think some of these takedowns are very slick, and you use them in positions that other wrestlers aren't used to and don't really look out for. A lot of these takedowns take advantage of bad habits that people develop because they typically do not get punished. They're pulling somebody into your upper body off the double leg. People do that because we're so allergic to going upper body. Our coaches say we have to stand on legs no matter what. So people get away with it because you pull them up off your legs and they just back away, right? Especially a lot of people who do double legs. A lot of double leggers hate upper body because they just kind of back out of it. People will say, well, how about Jordan Burroughs? He doesn't need to do it. Well, Jordan Burroughs is so fast and explosive. And when he hits you, that typically he doesn't need to come up. He's going to blast through you. Everyone doesn't have that, right? So you're still getting in, but then you may not have the power to drive through every single time. And during those times, I go from a 2-point takedown to a pin or a feet to back technique or a 3-point takedown now. So I can go from 3 points to 7 points, or 3 points to ending the entire match, right? Same thing with the elbow control slide by. A lot of lightweights on their knee will hand fight and then get up to their feet. You do that against Jax Forrest, he's hitting the slide by against you. So check out Earn Your Gold Academy to learn these techniques that are used by the best high school wrestlers and even collegiate and freestyle wrestlers in the country and in the world. So thank you for watching this video. I will see you on the next one.